Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, whoever you are and wherever you are. As I have said, my yesterday I issue out some of my short reels as I promised in the post, and I'll do a video on what I have for today. Well, basically, what I have is the continuation of my search for to complete the Customs Gold Unit from the Republic of China. The use of the currency under the unit for the Customs Gold Unit, which stretch from 1930s to 1947, 48. That's so. Today is Saturday. It's the 20th of September 2025. And been very busy. Been trying to prepare my business trip, I would say. Uh, uh, and also some semi consider as my personal short vacation, I would say. But anyway, what's the current affair to this fast? This fast moving pace of the month of September. Yeah, we celebrated our Independence Day, and then we celebrated Malaysia Day. Long holiday last week. So it was this week quite short of a weekday. It was just a working day for about 3 weekdays to work. So it was pretty much easy go lucky week. Next week we just head back to normal full swing. And in numismatic in Malaysia, there is a event coming on the first weekend on October, which is the Malaysia's second Kuala Lumpur International Numismatic Fair. So that we always held this. This is one of the big ones. It held every twice a year, the early March, or if not mistaken, it's March or April. And then the next one is actually during the late September or around October. Normally, Malaysia will held it before a month or 2 months before the Hong Kong's version. So if you know the Hong Kong, Malaysia will be about 1 month or 2 months earlier. The fair will be operational, and after Malaysia is actually go Singapore to Hong Kong. So a lot of these vendors, I would say, in these numismatic fairs, most of these vendors, I consider them like a merchant traders. They go to another country to trade all the banknotes, buy and sell. It's a whole cycle thing across the whole entire of the year. But I'm pretty sure they'll have to settle down back to their home country and back to their normal life, rest with their family, and get back to the trips, as they will do the cycle again across Europe, across Middle East, across Asia. So the next big thing coming on in numismatic fair would be on the 4th and the 5th of October in Kuala Lumpur at KL Central. So those of you who are here in Kuala Lumpur, KL, do drop by to KL Central, find the numismatic fair. It's at one of the hotels, I'm not mistaken, it's Hilton Hotel at KL Central. Normally they held there. Last year they held at Berjaya Times Square. The last one, actually earlier this year, they held at Berjaya Times Square. My comment was that their internet was horrible, slow, and the signal, I'm trying to call my friends, my colleagues, it was virtually no line. Times Square is strategic but not very good with their telecommunication. I get lost, especially with my networking. Probably other networking has no issue, but my probably has an issue, and that is a poor communication, especially when you're inside the hall. That was my comment on the last numismatic fair on the location issue. If they would like to held in the city center, um, the Park Royal, the last time they had held in Park Royal was suitable, but if the vendor size is very big, then they don't have enough space, then Park Royal will not be suitable. Alternatively, suitable one is the Kuala Lumpur City Centre Convention. That's the ultimate place to held. If you're able to held there, you actually capitalize a lot of newcomers, intrinsic comers, that first timers having to explore. I think it brings in more people to explore stamps, coins, banknotes, through a place that everybody can frequently access to. And KLCC, Kuala Lumpur City Centre's Convention Centre, is the best place. They have good signals, good internet services, public transport accessibility almost everywhere, buses, amenities were provided, food, as people who wants to get food or what is accessible. Hotel is right around the whole corner of those locations, so nothing to worry about that. So if my commenters, if they want to hold in Kuala Lumpur, KLCC Convention Center is one of the best ones. And if you're getting bigger, you can just expand it even larger and continue to be better, and exposure is very high. But this time they're going back to the original one, which is at KL Central, at Brickfield, at Hilton Hotel. It's better than the Hilton Hotel in compared to the last few years back is in BJ. At least they've gone up. But I think for my recommendation, if they want to expose people around numismatic and collection of stamps, coins, banknotes, you want to explore, you want to expand your clienteles, and most importantly, to introduce this hobby to people who have not heard about it before, especially kids. I think city centers convention like KLCC is a big risk and big place to do it. And if we can, I prefer that they combine like last time they did last year with the trading card convention with this banknote collection together again, so that it creates a huge beacon of all collecting items. The objective is collection. Keyword, the hashtag word is hobby collection. So there are many types of collection: sports memorabilia, comic books, trading cards, banknotes, stamps, coins, other things of memorabilia. Is welcome. You should open one of the hobby center convention. At least we don't have that. Most of it are quite secluded. Trading cards will do trading cards at one period of time. Banknotes and banknotes, they'll do one, and coins, mostly will pair together with the banknotes. But depends on the convention, each individual campsites. If it's majority coin, you see majority coin. If you see majority banknote, you see majority banknotes. They are all decentralized. In a word, on politic usage, I would say they are all decentralized. So I think it's high time they have strategized themselves to unite them together to create a centralized talking about hobby collections. Because it's kind of a semi free market convention. People buy and sell, but it's a way to inspire people. I think it's a very great way to do it, and I would probably have a time to write this idea to them to think about it, how do we strategize to expand it? I think it would be a great idea, especially this kind of niches of collection like banknotes and coins and precious metals. They are very small in Malaysia. But the small amount, if you notice, a lot of Malaysia banknotes being graded in PMG is one of the top 10 numbers. The first one will be definitely is China. Second, I think United States. I think Malaysia is around fourth place or fifth place. I'm not too sure on the total quantity of PMG graded. We are small population of collectors, but we are avid graders. I would say we are avid graders in grading every single kind of banknotes out there, because it reflects a lot of the collectors in Malaysia. The Malaysian collectors, they tend to be investors, investing banknotes so that they can make profit out of it, and to assure the profit is safe, they grade the notes. Most of it, a lot of it is error note, repeater notes, fancy number notes. They're modern contemporary notes. The older notes, yeah, they do grade it, but not much. Kind of wow factor compared to Europeans or Americans. When they grade, you grade the ultra rare or super rare kind of things. That makes it worthwhile to grade. Okay, that is that current affair. Now, before I go into banknotes, as you can see, I just got this one yesterday, which I already posted 3 notes that I have bought. It's just inside here. Again, I repackage it back. Is that it's the Custom Gold Unit, 3 notes. And before I go into notes, I want to sidetrack a bit. Currently, Malaysia is promoting McDonald. Now, we all heard about Japan's Pokemon card fiasco a couple of weeks back, where the Pikachu collaboration, Pokemon cards collaborating with McDonald's, created a big wastage, a big fuss in Japan. A little bit rant here and a little bit talk about this one, about collectors' dark side of collecting. There are a lot of people hype to collect this Pikachu, because it was only 3-day event. The original, it was only 3 days: Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. It was 3 days event only. Where if you buy a Happy Meal, you get 1 booster pack, and inside that booster pack there are 2 cards. One card is guaranteed is the Pikachu having gorging a burger with a tag of everything is original card from Pokemon, with a additional symbol that is McDonald, which is something that I will present later, what we had in Malaysia currently. So the big fiasco in Japan, that one, they actually sold 1 day, and then the second day and the third day they cancel, making that card more valuable. It actually jumped exponentially on the price, because the original quantity, they only probably released a small quantity, because due to wastage of food, a lot of people actually buy. Let's say one person is buying 10 Happy Meals or 20 Happy Meals. They just want to buy to get the booster pack. Each Happy Meal, you can get 1 booster pack. So if you're looking for 10 booster pack or 20 booster pack, you have to buy 10 or 20 of those Happy Meals. Now, one person is not going to eat all up everything of those Happy Meals. So what happened is, either they donate it to the people who are around it who actually want it, they just give it away, or they just resell it to people, telling them it's hygienic. But normally in Japan, they don't do that, because it is taboo. You already bought the food, you already touched the food, and then you want to sell it to other people? No, absolutely no. Big no in Asia. So most of the thing they will give it for free and so forth, but those are very good gestures. But the simple gesture is chuck it to the bin, throw it to the bin. I believe most of these scalpers who bought more than this box of 10 to 20 Happy Meals per person are actually people who are doing international business, because outside of Japan, a lot of collectors want it. Now in the market, actually I can say in Malaysia, when the booster pack arrived on the first week after that fiasco of the in Japan, they arrived in Malaysia. Some people have acquired the booster pack. They were selling at 100 to 120 ringgit per pack. But after fiasco and seeing the global market price as the demand goes out, and indefinitely, the McDonald in Japan have confirmed that they will not continue the campaign. The price actually shot up dramatically. Now it is standing around 200 to 250 ringgit, double from the first issuance of the price of 100 120 ringgit. It's been almost doubled per booster pack. And inside that booster pack, there are only 2 cards. One card is guaranteed, the other card is a random. So if you want to have a complete set, I think there were 6 or 5 cards total, different variation, to collect those promo cards. But one card definitely for sure is Pikachu, is a lot in quantities. Let's say I got 5 booster packs. Randomly, I could probably get the other ones like Squirtle, Charmander, blah blah blah. Those other ones, I think Charmander doesn't have. I didn't know that. I saw that it's Squirtle or something. But Pikachu is getting that. So if you get 5, you definitely get 5 Pikachus. Now, looking at it, the hype right now is very high. Some I can see they have already graded the Pikachu card. Those that got 10 perfect, pristine, black label from Beckett, they're selling around 6,000 to 10,000 ringgit for that obscene money price for that Pikachu's grade in 10 pristine, 10 perfection. Of course, quantity is very little. And in trading cards, the price is very huge gap from pristine 10 to just 10, then 9.5. It can dramatically drop more than 50 to 60% of its price or its value. So getting the 10 pristine is the goal. That's the game. So if you've got 5 booster pack, you got 5 Pikachu, you have to try your luck and find 5 of those Pikachus to get the pristine 10. And it is going to be very difficult, I would say. And right now it is hype. I would suggest to people, don't buy anything. Just relax, calm yourself. Let the market goes down a little bit, because it goes down like a yo-yo. It goes down and then suddenly it goes back up, because there's no quantity out there. Because the one is deep down, people start buying it because it's cheap, because the sensation, the FOMO moment, the feeling of the hype, a sensation of getting the product is over. That's where people who are strategically buy them for collection, that's where they target and attack and buy, and the price will go up. And by the point that time the yo-yo effect goes up, it would indefinitely continue to go up and up, because scarcity is number one. Number one is scarcity. Number 2 is there's no production of it, so it's a promo card, so it's limited edition, and most of it will be out of market. The more this item is out of market, more very hard to find in the market or dealers or traders, the price will go up, because if you're willing to sell it, if you're willing to buy, then there are willing sellers who will sell it with a higher price. So it depends on the market, supply and demand. So there was a fiasco in Japan originally after that Pokemon event of the 3 days. If it's run normal and everything is hunky-dory, there was no scalper. Well, apparently in reality there are a lot of scalpers. If there were no scalpers, they actually wanted to continue the next one after Pokemon cards. They wanted to go to if I'm not mistaken, the Naruto series, if I'm not mistaken, trading card for Naruto promo cards that have already cancelled they're not doing any more of this promotion because of the food wastage. The key problem is food wastage. They found a lot of these meals are chucked onto the bin one side, piling around like a mountain of food waste. So this has made the public very aware of this, and the public was displeased. So the because of the pressure from the community and the society, the Japan McDonald seized this promotion. The Pikachu and the Pokemon event was only last 1 day out of the 3 days. That's the summary. And of course, as price goes up, blah blah blah. As you know what I say. Now, what I'm saying the Japan one, I've got myself is the Malaysia version, which just launched I think 2 weeks ago. But I started last week having Happy Meal. Not Happy Meal. Basically, if you order a set meal, I think medium size and large size, small, you won't get to have the add-on. The card. Basically, you can purchase the booster pack. Each of the booster pack inside is one of these cards. Now, to collect them, there I believe there are 4, 5, 6. I think that's 7 cards in total. All of them are common, 2 rare and 1 ultra rare. So I actually, for this week, since this was a holiday, I've been crazy going to McDonald's and eat, purchase meals and so forth. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 5 cards, 5 days I've been eating McDonald's. At least dinner or lunch is a McDonald's. But today, I went through again. I went got a Happy Meal, and I eventually got this one, which is we call it Goku and Shenron. This is the ultra rare card. There's only one ultra rare card in the list. There are 2 types of rare, and the rest are common. I believe there are 4, 5 common cards here, if I'm not mistaken. But their collaboration from the Dragon Ball Daima with McDonald. So this is Malaysia's version of the Japanese Pikachu scenario, but rather than a real authentic Pokemon cards, which has a lot of sort of value, these cards are pretty not so valuable, I would say, but they're a slight hype in Malaysia. I seen the price. This one can go up to 80 ringgit. I don't know why, but to me, these cards, they're worth $2. Sorry, they're worth 3 ringgit. 3 ringgit. I got them for 3 ringgit because when you bought the meal, you had to add. There's an option of you to add if you want to have a booster pack. You add 3 ringgit. That's about 85 to 90, 80 cents of US dollar. Just add on, you get 1 pack, and it's all random. But today I was very lucky. I got the ultra rare, which is the most hardest to find, as they say it's hardest to find. Took me the 5th meal to get this note. Sorry, to get this card. So I was very happy today. I got this one. So on Saturday weekend, wow, I was quite amazed that I got this one. I know it's a hype, but hey, it's food. I'm gonna eat it. I just have to top out as an option for 3 ringgit. It's not like happened in Japan. And if there is a hype like in Japan, no. This is what Japanese McDonald wanted to happen. People eat their food, buy 1 Happy Meal, and just enjoy the card. That's it. No food waste. Just like what we did here currently in Malaysia for the Dragon Ball. But over there, because it's Pokemon card, it gone berserk. So yeah, I got the cards. So this is the Malaysia one. Now, this one actually shines because it's reflective. And to me, reflective one, I have to take care properly because the edges here can peel, because this is an aluminium film. This will get damaged very easily. Now the rare one, I like this one. It shines very nicely at the background if you can see it. This is something I like, a bit chromey type of metallic. This is a rare one between Vegeta and Son Goku. The Gabobo. These are common ones. These are all. It's a matte finish at the background. I think I really like how they did this. It's the matte finish. It's really beautiful. And the back here, of course, they correlate with the Dragon Ball. So there's supposed to be 7 Dragon Ball. I think this one is, yeah. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 Dragon Balls. Then the last one is the combination of all the balls into one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, 7. So that means there are 8 cards together. You need to get all the 7 cards here to form ultimate one to summon Shenron. So yeah, there are total 8 cards. So for me, Crisis was averted for me because I've already got the most difficult card to find. The rest would be probably the next difficult one, with the rare one, which is only 2 cards, and the rest is a common one. I expect them to get them repeatedly. And so because a lot of people I see in the Facebook in Malaysia who are collecting this one, they got a lot of this one, a lot of this one, and a lot of this one, but very little this one. For me, I was very lucky I got Shenron. 1 meal, pop out, 1 booster, voila. So yeah, this is the meal that I had, and the cards I have for my own personal fun game. So yeah, I'm gonna keep this one here, and yeah, since I got a card, I'm actually intended to collect them all. Whether I buy individual cards, or I buy continue Happy Meal. So it really depends. So yeah, that's one thing. I'm just sidetracked a little bit there. Okay, now we'll go back to original business after 20 minutes. Again, I got this yesterday. 3 notes, custom gold unit. As I written in my post, 2 of the notes out of 3 is an upgrade. 1 of the notes is brand new. So again, I really like the presentation on the. Now they actually closed down their office, unique auction. They actually closed down their office in Kuala Lumpur, the headquarters, where they run their operation. Their main office is in Ipoh. That's another 2-3 hour drive there, to the north of Kuala Lumpur. So they're pretty far. One disadvantage now I have one big disadvantage for them: credit card payment. Sure, I can make a credit card payment. I go to Ipoh to make a credit card payment. Now, if I have a big item, very rare, costs 5 digits, 5 figures, 10,000, 15,000, 20,000, 25,000, 30,000, or even 40,000. How am I going to pay? Through my saving account. Normally, I have a habit, I don't do that because it's a waste of the advantage of the point treatment by the bank offer. If you pay your credit card, yes, I have the money to pay. I have the saving amount. But paying credit card is actually convenience. If you pay through credit card, it's safe. Because once you charge the credit card, if it's error or mistake or a scam, you can report to police, submit the file to the bank, and the bank would actually withdraw the payment. There are more layers of security through paying credit cards. That's one thing. I always use that as advantage rather than use my saving account to transfer or to pay for things out there. Of course, it's very basic. You can do many people do that, but if you're paying a high roller game like this, paying 5 figures kind of bid, attempted to bid, it's very risky for me to use saving account. It's a lot more riskier than the credit card, because credit card do have advantage. You can cancel your credit card if somebody have tampered your number, your credit card, and trying to attempt to use your credit, you can cancel it. But your saving accounts, you can't do that. Once the saving account is gone, it's gone. Recovering the amount that has been spent is very, very difficult for the bank to do it, because the money is out of the bank. And normally the bank decision is, it's not my problem, your money is out, because they don't get any benefit to give you back the money, because the money is already out of their account. The bank's account is gone. You can't trace it. Even you trace it, who's going to pay the cost to recover the money? Whereas the credit card is offered in a service to protect such matter. So that is why if you're paying something, you always pay in credit cards. Other than that, it's also a reflection to increase your potential loans, if you want to get your future loans and so forth, home loans, because you have a credit score that shows you, to show the bankers, to show the banker agents, managers and so forth, that you are able to pay your bills through using credit card. When I was young, I had a basic concept of banking. I was literally idiotic in finance. I was thinking that put the money in the bank, in the saving account, and use the saving account, and take out the money from the saving account and use it. My father keeps on arguing me. I've been having that concept using the saving account till I was in university. Actually, I only started using credit card after my university times, when I start working, because I realized you need to build up your credit score, and the only best way to build up your credit score is using credits, and able to show you're able to repay those credits that you owe to the bank. That will increase your credit score, making you more potentially able to viable to get better interest rates, better loans, and etc. The relationship with the bank. So such a high amount, like this 5 figures, if you're bidding something for 5 figures object, yes, my saving accounts have that money to pay for the item that I purchased. Bidding, but it's not safe when I want to transfer the money. So for using auction, hear me out, stress this out, you need to have an online credit card payment system. It is not viable. I've been telling them, I've been trying to, WhatsApp them, I've been trying to message them that, hey, how am I going to pay? I want to pay through credit card. But since your office and the branch in Kuala Lumpur is closed, I can't go to, how am I going to pay? And their answer is, come to Ipoh and pay. I got no 3-hour drive, I don't have literally a car to drive to Ipoh at the north of Kuala Lumpur for the next 3 hours, stuck in the jam or whatever it is, in limbo for half a day, just to pay using my credit card. It's absurd. Heck, I bought many objects, eBay, Amazon, whatever you auction, also Heritage, Christine, for God's sake, Christine, any European auction house, all I've seen them is there is a credit card payment. eBay itself has credit card payment. If you don't have credit card, PayPal, it was added in. You can use PayPal to pay, because you can link your PayPal to a credit card, and then from credit card it transfers to PayPal to transfer to that account. It's another layer of safety net. But of course you pay extra surcharge and so forth. Of course credit card do have surcharge, but to me, if you're able to purchase something that is large amount, you're definitely able to pay those surcharges. If they can waive the surcharge, even better. Some do offer a waiver of the surcharge or service charge, whatever it is, for credit card usage. But the point is, you need to have this kind of services, because you're not doing something in an enclosed place. You're doing global scale across Malaysia. When I bid, I'm bidding not just people around me on the site, on the podium. They don't have that, because their podium is in Ipoh. I'm bidding from Kuala Lumpur. There probably another bidder is in Penang, another bidder probably in Kuching, in the Borneo site. All bidding for one object that is in-house physically in Ipoh. Technology brings us this far. Payment should have the option of credit card payment via online. That is my big criticism right now to unique auction. Now, beyond that, everything after that fiasco, they still don't have any works for me to use my credit card. Sadly, in the end, I have to use my saving account and pay them. So to make it safer to transfer, I use a Malaysia so-called electronic e-wallet payment through Do It Now. So I use that, paid them, verified, and I got my things yesterday. So I really don't do that. Then that means I wasted transferring something. I won't get a trip point for me to accumulate my point, so that in the next year, after probably March or April, when they have 3 point shopping spree, I can't get a good price for gold. Normally I convert my 3 points or my credit card points to convert them to purchase gold, physical real gold. So that's why I always do that. So anyway, beyond the credit card, beyond the payment, the packaging as usual, brilliant. I like how they do their packaging. Mail, I didn't hand collect it. They mailed to my home address very brilliantly. As you can see, both sides has hard cardboard so that the notes are not going to get bent. Now, that is a very good courtesy, but one of the risky part of it is, you see there's a lot of gaps here. If there is loose air and this note just slip throughout here, bang, it gets bent. So what I think they could improve in this packaging to make sure everything is fine, you put this one, you put a tape so that it's secure. Put a tape so that it's secure one side, so this one does not move, so the note doesn't move. So, and then you can put this one on top of it and put a tape here, here, and here. The tape doesn't need to be the super strength tape. You can use a masking tape enough to hold a grip, because as you can see, they already have protection of the note. Each individual note has already have a sleeves, and then each of the notes is in cap, so-called cap in another plastic protection. And then from this one, they put in a sleeve, large one, with a lot number, where it was what lot number it was bought, categorized and bought and sold. That is their system. So everything is really secure. Just to show, probably this should be secure out. Probably tape it in here. Just tape it so it doesn't move. Worry is when it move out, and then some dingy will press something here and fold everything, because parcel transportation is very rough. They are not gentle. They hand over it. They just chuck it one side, and then they just wrap it around like that. They're just doing their job. Can't blame them. Okay, can't blame them. So yeah, those are the most my ranting on the packaging, because I had experience that I bought an uncirculated note, no crease, no damage, and when it arrived, it just reduced 1 grade, because some idiot on the parcels folded the folder or crushed it by some other things is heavier, and got 1 crease line on the banknote. The banknote is clear. When I won the bid of the note, it was uncirculated, no fold. no folding lines, no nothing, no foxing. But once it arrived at my place, because the parcel was damaged, was bended, the parcel was bented, the note was interlined that bend, and I had a bend right here. That note from purchasing in a brilliantly, genuinely uncirculated note, it became about uncirculated or choice extremely fine. How's that justice to me on those kind of things? So when you did, that's why I try to collect it myself if I could, but because they are no longer near my proximity of my home, I got no choice to rely on their delivery. And these are the comments that I would like to share, my ranting. If you're doing any business, especially those of you who saw my post from Facebook groups into my channel right here, if you're selling your notes, try to consider doing something like this to protect your notes. You don't want your buyers, your clients get ranting and piss off, I would say, the words that I bought something that is uncirculated, you gave me something that already degraded into extremely fine and so forth. So you don't want that. So you want to make sure the quality of the product you send, when you deliver, potentially you will be damaged by the delivery people, postmen or whoever they are. They're going to damage because they don't care what they're sending in. They just go from point A to point B. So do the necessary, secure the packaging properly. Some people might put bubble wrap and so forth so that it doesn't move or what. Do what is necessary so that you can protect the notes. That's all I would say to those who are to the sellers and auctioneers who are going to transport the notes to your clients. Okay, back to the notes. So yeah, really, I bought 3 notes. Actually, it's 1 item note, but I got 3 of them in 1 slot. So it's a bundle bit. Now, price wise for these 3 notes, if you look at the price from the pic, they are not really expensive. I look at it, there actually looks about uncirculated to uncirculated. There's no fold, but my eyes is not that sharp, I would say. So yeah, probably they are about uncirculated to uncirculated condition. Let me put it high because of my camera so you can see. So yeah, 3 wonderful notes. Now, I did mention that 2 out of 3 of these notes are my replacement. They are actually this one and this one. This is new. I don't have this one, this note. So yeah, I got this one. This is the 5,000 custom gold unit printed in 1974. And then this one replacing it is a 5,000 1974. Another one is also 5,000 in 19. Let me see the year because they put this one is only a year from 1948. So this 2 note will be my replacement. Actually, it's an upgrade because I have these 2 notes. They are quite run down, not in good condition. Now I have something is uncirculated. Probably will be great. So let's have a look at the notes that might be considered as an upgrade. And then we put this on one side. Make this. I wasn't really prepared for this, but yeah, I kind of like to do this impromptu. To be honest, I'd like to do this impromptu. I really didn't prepare much. So yeah, my Chinese catalog. So you might have seen this already, going through. So my own notes, I got it from Cats. This is from Cats Auction House. This is the Cats Auction House. I got this one from them. Bank of Communication, Bank of Communication, Bank of Communication. This is really nice. Bank of Communication in a very good condition. Bank of Communication, Bank of Communication, Bank of Communication. The Bank of Communication with errors. There are 3 variations of errors. And here we are. Central Bank of China. CGU. So if I'm not mistaken, notes I'm upgrading. Just want to show what I am having an upgrade notes here. Good not to damage the notes. So yeah. Oh, yep. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, this one. I'm upgrading this one. Yep. So I'm upgrading this note. Oh, sorry, wrong note. Looks the same. Now the problem with these notes, CGUs, they almost look the same because the principal design, they're all quite similar. They're just only those really like the crest patterns is the one that you have to look for. So yeah, just cross-back check. Yep, this is the one. You can see that. So I've got the last time I got a really quite worn off, folded, heavily folded in the center. The color is deteriorated because it's wear and tear. You know, it's just exposed to dust, chemicals. Handling was really high. So now I compared to the ones that I've got recently, is a brand new one, almost fresh out of the box, kind of thing. If you look at the front, here's the difference. Sorry, I can't bring it because it's very heavy, so bear with me. You can't see it like this. So let me push it up. Yeah, so you can have a look. Yeah, so from my camera view. So yeah, comparing this to my previous one I've got and the ones that I just recently got, totally different. It's an upgrade. So I got 2 notes. They are same. One is the better quality. So this, I'm going to replace this one in my album, and I'm going to remove this. I'm going to put this one in here. So yeah, maybe I can just do it now. So just have a final look, so you can see the difference. This is actually offset print. If you can see, it's not very centered. This is almost slight. This is better centering of the print. So bottom is the same because there's only one type. So yeah, the back, you can see the 2 difference. This is so worn. On the right side is so very worn, and the left side is brand new, like uncirculated. So yeah. So this one, I'm going to take it out. I'm thinking to offer sales. If anyone wants to buy it, I will sell it. But again, I don't know how to do mailing at this moment, so I only do cash, COD, cash on delivery, or hand to hand. It's better for me to have face to face on a person when I'm selling a product. So if anybody interested, if you're in KL, look for me, and I'll try to contact you if you want to buy this one. Price, probably at this moment I will be going for 100 to 150 ringgit for this. Now the reason of the price is, of course, you compare to the the catalog book, they're much more cheaper. They're supposed to be cheaper. Now bear in mind, this type of notes are not easy to be found. You won't be finding it in eBay much. You won't be finding it very common in the streets or any of the banknote collectors or the sellers. They're not really common. This is the 2. I only got it when I was in the auction bidding house. That's where they will appear. So if you are looking for it, it'll be difficult. This one I got it from an auction house also. But anyway, it was very difficult. It was very sheer luck that there is a uncirculated one, brilliant in color, for me to buy and replace it. So it's an upgrade. So I'm willing to sell this one actually. So I'm gonna put this one in here into my collection in my book. Done. Brand new. Now the other one, this one is this one. So let me take it out. Look at the difference here. Look at the difference here. So much different. Wear and tear, clean, press. Well, I don't say it's press. It's clean and uncirculated, unused, unmolested, and still virgin, I would say. Whereas on the right side one is used and worn and torn and so, But anyway, again, I got it from auction. Same price. I was thinking of 100 to 150. Depends on the range of buyers that want it. They're similar price point actually, both of these notes. And when I got these notes, I pay actually much more significantly higher. I think each one of them I paid about 200. It was really difficult to find, and I was paying in euro, so it was much more expensive, plus air fee, VAT, tax, blah blah. If you buy auction house from European countries, tendency like cats, tendency the tax, the service charge is the killer, and also the premium is quite high, 24.2%. In local Malaysia, most of it is below that. It's around 18, 16. If you're very good paymaster, you pay on early, you get a discount probably at 11%, 12%. So the commission is much more cheaper. Whereas cats, they fix their commission price at 24.2%, plus tax, plus blah blah blah, plus delivery charges. It actually eats up a lot. Same goes to heritage actually. It's quite high, 25%. But remember, auction house is where you find notes that is impossible to find, because that is where people expose themselves selling rare and unique items. And that's where I got all this. And even the upgrade when I got it, the notes, is from the auction. It wasn't from the seller, it wasn't from anyone, but from auction. So that is my experience. So for me, I'm just going to replace it. Now I'm not going to grade these notes, even they're in good condition, because just for that, I don't feel I want to grade this note. So yeah, my other collection, the last one at the back here is a much more lighter denomination, 5,000, 10,000, 10,000. Now collection here. So let's just go through one time on my custom gold units. So yeah, actually compared to the last, I did make my New Year resolution this year to focus on CGU and the Bank of Communication if I'm possible. Coming towards near end of this year, I was not very happy to not able to collect them all. I will show you what is left over. I will show you what in the list actually, what is being left over that I didn't collect. But it will probably expand my collection. This year was quite a big jump for CGU, because I managed to be able to collect much more of the CGU items in the market. And I hope that I could get it next year, next month, in Japan trip and so forth. So now, at the moment, this is my new one in my collection set, the 5,000 custom gold unit printed in 1947, which I consider as the second batch. There are 3 batches of CGU. The first one 1930s, to the Japanese war, invaded China. So, and then after that, the second phase is 1947, and the last phase is the hyperinflation period, 1948. So 47, 48, and 1930s, there are 3 category areas that they print these notes in huge quantity. So yeah, two notes there I have just replaced. As you see, this one I'm going to get another slot here and put in this note. Yeah, gonna put this one up, but I'll do that later because it's I need to find my so-called strips, my plastic pages, sheets. Yep. So I need to fold it back. Oh, my Chinese collection. Yep. So I keep one catalog. Now this one, this is the fake one. This is not real, as I previously say in my video. This is a counterfeit. From far it looks real, but from near you can see it's not. The print is flat. There's nothing. The only one that's pressed on is a serial number. The rest is flat, and if you zoom in all these details, they're all actually spots of the different color of cyan and so forth. The see exactly is a printing. It's a printer, a computer print out a fake thing. There's no effort in doing anything. So luckily I got this one just for about less than 2 ringgit at that time when I was young. So I'm gonna keep this one here just to remind me of fake notes. Whereas a real note, I'm gonna put it properly, nicely. So yeah, that's the note at the one side. Now I want to discuss something about my collection for CGU notes. I'll put it back here so I don't damage my notes actually. So back to original notes, but I replaced it with 2 good notes. Now I want to check to share you guys something a little bit more extra bonus time. I know the video has gone more at 1 hour, so ranting and so forth, but I want to go through, like I just said, my collection item. Now I use a web page from the bank or World Banknote web page. I think a lot of you might know this web page based on the format. I cannot recall because you see now I'm recording using my mobile phone, so the web page is in my mobile phone. I can't access unless I stop recording. I don't have a proper video recorder. I use my mobile phone to record, so things a little bit more auto zoom also a little bit crazy. So I did a print screen. I did a checklist for myself. As you can see, look, the entire checklist of the custom gold unit is right here, all the way. So there are 1, 2, 3 zones, 3 types: the 1930s, the 1947, and the 1948. Now let's go through one by one. So as you can see, the ones at the top here are the ones that has value. If you look into history, like any banknotes, it tells stories. These banknotes originally, all of these notes have value at that time. Custom gold unit literally means they follow the unit of the gold, measured in gold. So when you say $100 custom gold unit is literally worth if I'm not mistaken, 100 million US dollar of gold. So these notes were not supposed to be meant to be used for the common market, the common people, people like me, you in the streets. They're not commercially viable. These are used only in internal, between the custom house with the international traders. It is a form of currency that controls the strength of the import and export in China, because at that time, internal China, hyperinflation was very, very real, and to control the economy between in and out of China, they created this type of notes to stabilize the market of import and exports. So most of these notes are used in the custom house between the external overseas merchants or dealers with the custom house. So that use these notes. They're very rare use. Now why this notes is, I say, is rare, and yet I see the notes like the 100 one, the 50, the 20, and the 10, and maybe even the 5. The 5, 10, 20, 50, 100. I can see every seller having it. Yes, it's true. Why? These are very cheap actually, because they are one of the most iconic and most common custom gold unit notes in the market. You can find it very easy. eBay has tons of these kind of notes out there, for the 5, for the 10, for the 20, for the 50, and the 100. They are vastly common. Now you see here I tick here, which means I've already have it in my collection. And then if you notice that here, let's say the 100 CGU, pick number 330A, and there's another one is B. Let me zoom in. There's another one is a B. Now the B's actually has at the back of this note of the 100 with a military stamp. That is why they confirm and they put it as a B. Now even in this web page, the B, there was no scan of the note. Normally when the contributors, if they have the note, they will scan it and then they put it in here. It's like a directory, so you can see the example of how the note looks like. It's a very fun website. If you are looking for the older notes, you want to know what the note looks like, this web page does all the job. The only difference is I wanted to do is use their information. If they have accounts like Numista, if they like Numista, you can put a tick like this stating that I have it, I've collected it, I have it in my possession. Numista, the problem is they don't have enough data compared to like this web page has, the World Banknote. The World Banknote, I think, is much more sophisticated in their data, but you're not able to use that data electronically stating that I have this, I have this. You see, I did all this manually for my own using a print screen, and then I just use my pen to tap using tap it and just say I have it. It's pretty crude, but if the World Banknote has the ability to do that, create an account of your own and like Numista, it'll be great web page. Many people are actually using this web page. I see a lot of people using this to guide them to purchase their own collection notes in the numismatic fair. So I'm saying that this is not only me. I said that there's a lot of people out there using, even in Malaysia, they're using this. It's a very easy, very fast to refer to the note. Is it real? Is it fake? How does it look like? And sadly, this one P330B, this 100 CGU, there's no picture. Normally, if there is no picture, it means extremely rare. It is a hard to find item. So that is why that note I don't have, because it's extremely rare. And if even I found it, if someone knows the value of it, it will be very expensive, probably 5 figures, because this is the notes, no one has seen it before. I have not seen it before, so this is virtually rare. So in that case, let me go through one by one. So in 1930s, 10 cent I have, but I don't have the A series. The A series, again, no picture, extremely rare. I'm not able to open, it's blank, and the web page is blank. You can't open it to see and refer to the note. Again, no one knows. I'm missing is 20 cent and the 1 CGU. Now what is A and B stands for this type, other than the 100, is the signature. The variation is at the signature of the general manager, assistant general manager, or assistant manager. This on the 1 CGU, there are 2 types different: assistant manager and assistant general manager. And then the general manager is general manager. So yeah, so that's a variation. So this A, B, C, D, the variation is the signature, or the C and D. They are both same signature. I think the difference is they don't is the title of the assistant manager and assistant general manager is the difference here. So will I find the variation? At this moment, I'm not targeting the variation, but I recorded my variation what I have. Once I have all, my target is to have all each individual items here in my collection, all of them. Then once I have all of them, I will go into to find the variation. Right now, I'm not into collecting the variation or searching for the variation, but I'm just looking for each of the different denominations here that is correctly totally different. If it's a small variation, I avoid it for now. Probably next year I will focus on that if I have completed all this set. So that's my target for the custom gold unit. So for 1930s, I have 10 cent B, 20 cent I don't have, 1 CGU I don't have, 5 CGU I have the D variation, 10 CG custom gold unit I have D variation, 20 is only 20, 50 is 50, the 100 I have the A variation, forget about the B, 250 CGU. Now these kind of notes that are in the odd numbers, like 250, a 2500, this kind of notes, they're odd number, kind of weird notes, like halfway between the ones to the 5000, like a half kind of note, a quarter kind of note. These kind of notes are very, very rare. It was not widely used in China, so the quantity print of the 2500 or 250 CGU notes, custom gold unit notes, are very rare compared to the others generally. Okay, so then I'm not saying that they're extremely rare, they're like wow, they're 5 figures kind of thing. No, I'm not saying that. It's just that when you're looking for this kind of notes, comparing the other notes, the 250 generally across the board are much more difficult to find, including the 2500 ones, 25,000, which I think in the last series I put the hyphen. Yeah, the 25,000 series. These are much more very, very difficult to find, those quarter type of notes. So I'm looking for the 250, the 500 one. I have it. So this 1930 series, before the Japanese invasion conquered Shanghai and Nanking and so forth in the mainland China, these were the notes they were used. And then because of the hyperinflation, the local notes were much more devastated. The government at that time, the Kuomintang government, decided to use this note for the public. So they have reserved notes for this. They have printed a lot, but they were not meant for the public use at that time. That's why they at that period of time, these notes were very high in value. So they capitalized on that high value to maintain order of the domestic economy. So that's what makes them decide that to release this note for the public use. And as you can see, after that, 1947 and 48, these notes became worthless. Hyperinflation happened, the number jumps higher and higher in denomination, as you can see, up to 10,000 and so forth. So this 100, the 50, even the 10 cent, 20 cent has no value anymore. Can't buy anything. Hyperinflation happened really, really fast in 1947 and 1948 in China. And slowly these notes were all getting like Zimbabwe situation. As you all know, Zimbabwe, we have 100 trillion Zimbabwean dollar banknote. Similar case situation for China at that time. Before the 1949, it was chaotic, economically chaotic. So this notes at that period, if you live contemporary on that period, this notes has value, a lot of money. They are linked to gold. That's why they call custom gold unit. But after they release these notes in the masses, that's why you see the 100, the 50, the 20, the 10, and the 5. The 1, 20 cent and 10 cent were much more rarer because they don't have it in issued to the public so much quantities, so they're much more rarer and they're worthless to use, because by the time they release to the market, or from 5 and onward, you can't buy anything with 10 cents. You can't buy anything with 20 cents or even one custom gold unit. Hyperinflation started to peak into the economy, so every day prices change, every hour prices change, dramatically increases. So, and eventually even 100 CGU became worthless, 500 CGU became worthless. So when you tell people why I could find 150, 20, 10 and 5 CGUs very easily and very cheap, that's the part of the story. They actually printed this reserve and they kept in the vaults, and then they decided to release them for the public usage. So it became very common, and because of the hyperinflation catching up, most of these notes were not able to use conveniently, and there's a lot of these notes still in the spare but became worthless. And you can find all these type of notes in uncirculated condition or even in running number. They print a lot of this as a reserve, but once they started to release to the market for the common good of the citizen to use, it was too late. Hyperinflation came in and eat up, thus making them, they have to start printing in a higher denomination. The 100 no longer in service to use. It was impractical. So the smallest note in 1947 came into the picture after the Japanese have surrendered. The government in China, the Republic of China, tried to re-establish the economy, restructure the economy, while fighting a civil war against the communist China, against Chairman Mao Zedong. Economy was big hit at that period. Sadly, I believe that what brought them down. If economy was strong, the support for Kuomintang, to me, will be much more confident by the public, the masses in mainland China. But because people even support the Kuomintang, or Kuomintang, some of you might pronounce it, they don't have money because of the hyperinflation. So might as well I support the Communist Party, who is fighting the north side. That's what happened in history. Society changed and gave support to the Beijing side, the Communist Party, rather than the Kuomintang, because of inflation. And banknotes tell those indication of those part of the system. That is why I like to link old banknotes to history. It can tell you clues of the history, what happened, why they printed in 1947 such a big denomination to 10,000 CGU when the original CGUs were the biggest one, like 500. Why? And then what changed in history, what happened in history does happen through it, and evidently banknotes do tell stories. And then people say that a picture tells 1,000 words. The banknote is like a picture. It tells you a lot of stories of the past, of its time. So that is very important. And to me, that's how I enjoy collecting banknotes. Reading the time of the past. How was it in the past? Why it happened like this? Why do they print this kind of notes? Why ridiculously they print it in a high denomination? That's the fun part for me. Now, in 1947 Custom Gold Unit issue versions, you notice that I've crossed out this 100 CGU. Now this 100 CGU were unissued, were considered as unissued note. They didn't print this out for the masses to use, but they did print it, but they kept it. So somebody with great luck got the note. And looking at the note is very beautiful. It's similar to the 500 CGU. This is the only two notes that are printed in landscape. All the notes have a system. They are all printed in a portrait or vertical print. These are the only two notes in the custom gold unit are printed in the normal conventional banknotes in landscape format. 500 CGU is already very difficult to find. You can find it in eBay, but the price is quite ridiculous. $150 to $150. The better condition, they go up to $600. This is quite rare. The 100 CGUs were unissued notes. I consider them, they are not issued to the public. Even in the PIC number P333, they don't have any value written there because it was no evidence, no data to put in that state that how much is this in very fine, extremely fine, or uncirculated. No data. What I found that the data they have written that this is considered as unissued note. Probably you can get this note improved, but knowing the history, when you see something like this, they have printed it, they have approved the notes to be printed, but they did not issue to the common market. It was not issued to the people to use it. So this note, in my rule of thumb, in my so-called rule of engagement, if the note is not used by the masses, if the note it wasn't used by the common people, they didn't touch it in their hand, then I can exclude in my collection. That's how I justify in my collection. Yes, you can collect all of that, then you can consider as a collection complete set. Now, to define a complete set, different collectors, different people have different answers. My answer is collecting at least minimum first all this variation except the sub variation like A, B, C. That one I don't include it as complete set. And those who are considered as proof, specimen notes only being printed, I don't include them in my collection. Those notes are already very, very difficult to find, and they are very, very expensive, and they have no value if they were degraded. They must be in uncirculated condition or about uncirculated condition to be considered as a value. Okay? Other than that, it doesn't hold integrity value. So this 100 CGU I cross out means I'm not going to look for it, because even if I find it, I doubt it is real note, and it is considered as a not a specimen note, but it's an unissued note. They have serial number printed on it, everything. So it's an unissued note ready to be issued, but the bank decided not to issue it. They are supposed to be destroyed and so forth. So somebody have kept some of these notes able to scan into this web page, and we get to see how it looks like. That's the best part of this web page that I like. So that's one. So again, 100 CGU in a landscape format out in my collection. 500 CGU, yes, it was used in the masses, so I am looking for it, but I don't have it. I have this one, 500 CGUs. There are two variation types of CGUs, 500, which is recorded as 335 and 336. I have both of them. 1000 CGUs for 338 I don't have. I do have the other one, which is the C variation. At the moment I'm just looking for this 1000, not the A or the B. Okay, that's my first collection wave. To collect the differences, then I go sub differences, and then I really want to collect it, then I only look for this specimen notes, proof notes, or unissued notes. That will be the very last, but normally I don't go there anymore, and I stop there and collect other notes already. 2000, I have all the 2000s, so the only 2000 I don't have is the blue one, which is P344, which is the blue color one with a shockingly red emblem in the middle. So yeah, I have the other ones I already take, means I have it. This 2000 has 3 variations because there are 3 different printers to print this 2000. So yeah, I only got the A one, which is the common one. So I consider it as completed at this moment in time. 2005 I don't have, very rare. 5000, the first one I'm able to find, I consider it as very rare indeed. But I have the other 5,000, the 350, 351, I have it. The other one I don't have is 352, 353 I have, and then the last one is the 10,000 denomination, which is 354, the only 10,000 in the 1947 series. Now, in 1948, one of the final years of the Republic of China, hyperinflation hit really hard. That's where the denomination went up really high. Now, in 1948 series of a custom gold unit, I only got 1, 2, 3, 4 out of all of them. Most of all these notes will become useless. Most of it will destroy because it was the transition period from this note to people's currency, or renminbi, in currently is still in mainland China is using. A lot of them, they despise this one, so they burn it, they throw it, whatever they do with the notes, or probably they convert it to the People's Republic of people's currency, renminbi. Also, I don't know what's the system of that. Need to do more research on that in history. But I can tell you right now is I have the 2000, 2500 custom gold unit, 5000. This 2-8 variation I don't have, the blue color one. 5000 CGU I have one here. This I don't have. This is a 10,000. I only got one 10,000, and then the rest, the really high. Now after 25,000 custom gold unit, all the way to 250,000 custom gold unit, these notes I can confirm they're very rare and they're very expensive. The higher denomination, the smaller the quantity, the more expensive they are. And I can see they're selling it really expensive. I could go up to 600, 800, or 1,000 over ringgit. The highest denomination is 250,000. This one is selling around 1,600 ringgit, if I'm not mistaken, in a very good condition, reasonable condition, around 65, 66, without EPQ. With EPQ, it jumps to 2,500 to 3,000 ringgit. It's really expensive. So yeah, the 250,000 is the biggest denomination in the custom gold unit, and that is the one of the rarest ones. There are the rarest one is like the 50,000 one, like the P367 one. This is quite rare actually. This 25,000, and then 50,000. I believe the rare one is this full red one. Yeah, the full red crest type. I saw this too, or the 50,000 one, in eBay and in auction, but I have not seen this one in the market. This is quite rare. If you look at the in the catalog book, this is one of the very expensive types of it. And this one also 373, also another very expensive one. So 25,000 onward to the highest denomination to 250,000. These are virtually very expensive and very difficult to get. Most of the time I will search this in an auction house whether they have it or not. Beyond that, below the 10,000, all these are workable. All of them are quite workable to refine. If you can try and find it really hard, you can find it. But the 25,000 1948 series to the highest denomination 250,000, this one are really difficult. So nature tells me by the time I complete it, these are all the remaining last ones to complete my set. The rest should be already completed in my collection. So yeah, this is the overall summary for the CGU. Now, a lot of CGUs knows there are plenty and very many variations. This is the list of it, of all the custom gold units banknotes. Of course, included subdivisions or variations of them. Of course, that it will imply a lot of them. So there you have it. That's my information today that I wanted to share on the custom gold unit. So for those of you who been really bogged down with me on this long-winded talk about custom gold units, there you have it. My current state of collection. I have shown to you what are the things they have in Custom Gold Unit, so if you're interested to find it, look it up. If you have some of them, if you want to sell it to me, let me know. So yeah, that is all for today. Thank you very much. If you like to subscribe to see my future video, do subscribe. Again, a little disclaimer, I always say I do this not to have clickbaits and so forth. I just do this for myself, to store my information that I have collect my collection in the YouTube server space. It's a library rather than doing catalog in paper and so forth. But in vice versa, I also take opportunity to share my collection to the world, so that everybody can learn, inspire them to collect banknotes, or even talk about banknotes, to share their hobby to other people in YouTube world. So one way of a small niche. I understand collecting banknotes is a small niche. I don't expect to get 100 million likes or views and so forth. But yeah, it is an opportunity to, if you are looking for something in YouTube to write talk about, well, there are a few of them, not many, but a few of them. So yeah, thank you very much. If you like this video, give me a like. If you want to see the future video, do subscribe, and I hope to see you again real soon. So good day and have a lovely weekend.